We've made videos all the way from $800 to, after we started making money, $100,000. And our $800 video did 10 times better than our $100,000 video, which is funny, man. And that's why we've really, when we reverse engineered our own blueprint, and it's cool. You can apply this to videos like the Dollar Shave Club video, like the Poopery video, like the Squatty Potty video, all these videos that just have millions of views that have done so well. But yeah, man, it's crazy that you can, we're now, our new video we just shot for $2,000, and it looks ridiculously high budget, and I could have never put together this crew. We have a very talented crew as well, but to have shot this without the experience. But we all know that having a map to treasure, if you have the map, you can go find the treasure, but if you need to go find it on your own with no map, it takes a long time. So that's why we want to be able to give you guys the shortcuts that are real shortcuts. A lot of times there's a saying, you know, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. There are certain things that are too good to be true, but this is stuff that's tried and true. You still have to put in the work. You're still going to have to absolutely grind and make it happen, but you can do it in a very cheap way.
Keith Krance here with Chris Stoikos. How
What's going on, man? Doing well.
Right, yeah.
Doing well.
Thanks for joining us today. So we're going to be talking about if you can get your messaging right, if you can make an epic video, all the other stuff, the targeting, all the ninja Facebook stuff that everybody wants to know, bidding, budgeting, targeting, ad sets, and all this stuff, none of that matters. It goes out the window. Your ads have, I mean, your campaign has some of the lowest CPMs I've ever seen, the lowest cost per sale, cost per purchase, and not to mention the 127 million video views you've gotten.
Couple views.
Yeah. And that's just with dollarbeardclub.com.
Yeah.
So we're going to be not going to be talking about, if you're on this thinking, oh, he's funny, he's talented, that's why he was able to do it. I promise you. Last night, dude, you're showing me your role, just the Wistia, or I forget, Vimeo.
Vimeo, yeah.
And all these different videos you guys have helped
produce.
We've
attacked a ton of different industries. It's not just to do with Dollar Beard Club, but you can really apply what we've learned to any industry. There are so many different types of videos out there, from humorous ones to educating ones to enlightening ones, inspirational, really good animation style videos. It's all about just getting the right message across and creating some form of virality, something that's shareable and something that your friends are going to want to share with their friends. But like you said, Keith, we didn't even know what we were doing inside of our account, but because our videos just hit such a chord with our audience time and time again in the way that we've produced them, things just roll on their own. So being able to plug in some of the stuff that you've taught us is only making leaps and bounds on top of that.
Yeah. So before we do that, tell me like the story of like, what's the best story? Is it Dollar Beard? Like, how did it happen?
Yeah, man, Dollar Beard Club. A bunch of us were living in a house together in Huntington Beach about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And we all started growing out our beards. We figured that we were wasting approximately 15 minutes a day shaving, you know, 5-6 days a week. That's like 75 minutes a week. And you get back a lot of hours over the year. I think you can basically learn a new language if you just stop shaving with all the time you save. So us growing out our beards, we started using beard oil just to keep it intact. I actually didn't oil out my beard too well this morning, but when you do, it keeps it down, it keeps it nice, it keeps it fresh. And we started looking at the beard oil on the market, $20 a bottle, filled with chemicals, all this different crap that was out there. So we thought, why isn't there an affordable way to give back a beard oil that has really natural, solid ingredients? So we went about looking on the market, couldn't find anything. Obviously we saw Dollar Shave Club. We said women shave, not dudes. So we kind of mocked a bunch of stuff with them. We sourced out some good products, came off a spin on their video, and applied our previous knowledge that we had done for other videos with businesses like Coolbox Vibe, Range to Go, a bunch of animation videos and things we had built out for applications. And we worked that magic in. So that was kind of the spawning of Dollar Beard Club. And then it just took off from there, because equally important, which we can cover another date, is after you create a video is how to really get it to spread crazy through things like Reddit, influencers, and how to catapult it. If you do it well enough, you just put it on your own personal Facebook wall and it'll get shared the hell out of. But yeah, man, story of Dollar Beard Club. It's been fun. It's been a roller coaster.
Do you want to start with the kind of the actual video?
Yeah, let's walk through the first video, and then we'll kind of touch on how we made that one for $800. And we've made videos all the way from $800 to, after we started making money, $100,000. And our $800 video did 10 times better than our $100,000 video, which is funny, man. And that's why we've really, when we reverse engineered our own blueprint, and it's cool. You can apply this to videos like the Dollar Shave Club video, like the Poopery video, like the Squatty Potty video, all these videos that just have millions of views that have done so well. But yeah, man, it's crazy that you can, Our new video we just shot for $2,000, and it looks ridiculously high budget. And I could have never put together this crew. We have a very talented crew as well, but to have shot this without the experience. But we all know that having a map to treasure, if you have the map, you can go find the treasure. But if you need to go find it on your own with no map, it takes a long time. So that's why we want to be able to give you guys the shortcuts that are real shortcuts. A lot of times there's a saying, you know, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. There are certain things that are too good to be true, but this is stuff that's tried and true. You still have to put in the work. You're still going to have to absolutely grind and make it happen, but you can do it in a very cheap way. So we'll show you our first video here that we did for Dollar Beard Club. Gentlemen, I'm Chris, founder of DollarBeardClub.com. What is the Dollar Beard Club? Well, you sure as hell won't be receiving any fucking razors from us to demolish your manhood. I eat shaving cream for breakfast. Instead, for only $1 a month, you'll receive the most legendary beard oil known to mankind. Finding the time to go out and buy your monthly beard supplies is just too tough. I get it. You have a beard. You're probably busy doing stuff like riding your motorcycle. You're swimming in a box full of women. But if you cherish your beard and you want to keep it healthy, feeling smooth, and smelling like the beard of Zeus, then you're gonna need some oil in that hedge. Every month, straight to your door, you'll receive a fine selection of beard oils, waxes, balms, shampoos, and everything else you'd ever need to keep your beard looking godly. Good job, boys. Just keep on growing your beard, and we'll take care of the rest. Be a man and sign up at DollarBeardClub.com. Cool. Well, so that was our first video. We shot that video for $800. We had the camera, we had our crew. I acted in it. The chicks that were in the box were friends. The Chick-fil-A that we ate that night was probably $100 for everybody. We borrowed the warehouse from our buddy, and then we just had a couple miscellaneous props, and it was all shot within one spot. So super easy to roll through it. All right, so here's our proven blueprint. It goes through a set of steps that they don't need to be followed in a specific order. Each scene will contain one of these steps, two of these, possibly even three. But when you can apply them it's like opening up a Rubik's Cube, for example. There are multiple ways that you can solve a Rubik's Cube. Just like, you know, the sayings, there are many ways you can skin a cat. But just to be able to get to the end, you need to put these steps in a different order. So I'll explain what each one makes. These are all kind of proprietary terms that we came up with, combining multiple words, and they're kind of cool. They're engaging. Once you can actually have them in your head and then you're sitting down to concept or script something, they work really well, especially if you can teach it to your video guy. So patterupt is basically a pattern interrupt, and that is described by the shock value, something that when you're scrolling your Facebook feed, you see all these different things going on. You need to give somebody something that's going to just blow their mind and make them stop to keep watching. Relataclut is the ability to relate to your audience with a cult mentality. We'll go through the definition of cult. A lot of times you think that word has a negative connotation and stuff. It's like, oh shit, someone has a cult. But it's not that crazy when you look at just an excessive admiration for a person or thing, and you want to be able to instill that mindset within your business. Outcasquo is kind of having this outcast mentality that breaks the status quo. All sheep are just following the grain. They're going with the flow. But if you can break to the side, people want to follow something that's cool. So you don't need to try and be cool. You would just be cool by breaking the status quo. Humanacate is a cool term that we came up with. That's a combination of giving out humor with education, and how if you can make somebody laugh and educate them at the same time, then they're going to have an unconscious association with the fact that they were having pleasure in their brain. They were excited. They were laughing and getting educated. And they don't even know why they like your stuff, but they like your stuff. Villatation is villainizing your competition. So you can do this in a humorous way. You can do it in a serious way. Sometimes it's not even needed. but we've done it in a bunch of our videos and sometimes in different industries just to poke a general shot. So you can even look at it as like the Coke poking a shot at Pepsi when you get into big brand stuff. Apple did this really well when they were having those videos with Windows and a Mac and talking about the different things that go on. I don't remember that old ad that ran where it's like on that white screen. It's like, yeah, I'm a Mac, I do this. I'm a Windows, I do this. So cool ways where you can implement this and do it really subtly. Excitcate. So this is a kind of a spin-off on Humanacate, and this is rather than implementing humor and then the education, you're exciting them and implementing education. So a lot of people say, hey, my industry's not funny. I personally believe you can implement humor in any way and people love to laugh. But if you are a strong believer that your industry is something that's super serious, then you can excite them with the benefits of the product. Last step here, so Nowboarding. And that's a combination of like a call to action and onboarding. So onboarding is when somebody downloads like an app or they're joining your website for the first time. It's a set of steps that they go to actually join it, but they kind of do it on their own dime, or I should say on their own time. They walk through it when they're ready. But when you can now board and you can implement a really heavy call to action at the end of your video, you don't tell them about it beforehand. You're letting them watch the video. You've done the heavy work of getting them through the other steps and bringing them to the last 10 to 15 seconds of your video. And now it's time to tell them how to act in a clever way. You don't do the standard internet marketing bullshit of buy now. And guess what? Our offer is $69. But if you buy now, it's $59. And if you buy it 3 times, it's only $19. Like, it's just so fucking fake. Everyone does that shit and it does not work. So we're going to teach you a much cooler way to just do it in a genuine manner.
Hey, Keith here, quick interruption. If you like this video, if it's helpful, if you're having any aha moments, we appreciate it if you just let us know. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it, share it, comment, ask us any questions you have. It really does help us as well. And it sends a signal to the algorithm that this video is valuable. So if you do that, we appreciate it. And as I hope you appreciate the content that you're learning right now. All right, so let's get back to the video.
Patterupt. All right, so think of your attention span when you're browsing Facebook feed and how many different posts that you have the opportunity to engage with. I saw a stat that 90% of posts do not get touched. And think about it. If you go through, like, you're going to see, I'm surprised if I engage with 1 out of 10
I think it's even more than that.
It's probably like even more than that. Yeah. So as you're scrolling through, your Facebook will autoplay the videos for like 7 seconds long. Attention spans are absolutely shrinking. More people are enjoying video now than reading. Reading takes a lot more psychic energy than the fact that your brain can just be turned off while you're sitting at the computer and a video pops up that's engaging. So you need to have something that everyone's bidding on the attention of the customer, which is why you need to stand out from the crowd. So a patterupt is when you're scrolling down your feed and you just see something absolutely ridiculous. And if you think of the squatty potty video, for example, when a unicorn is shitting into a cone of ice cream. Just search squatty potty on YouTube. It has a ton of different views. The poopery video is another great example where a girl is taking a dump on the toilet right away. Our video is a great example. Within 10 seconds in, you just see a guy drop an F-bomb and then slap a clean shaven guy in the face and say, I eat shaving cream for breakfast, and kind of eat it. So that's the patterupt that we implemented in the first 10 seconds of our video. It creates this unconscious fear within your audience's mind that if they don't watch the rest of the video, they might be missing out on something. Right. The first scene was super funny. There was, wow, that just shocked my attention. Everything on my Facebook wall is just so standard. Everything I'm seeing on YouTube is so standard, but this was awesome. Am I going to get the chance to laugh again? Am I going to get the chance to learn something? Am I going to get the chance to see something more ridiculous? So when you can really get them, brainwaves are freaking out with them knowing these are all unconscious things. That's why we named our event Unconscious Content. Everything takes place in the unconscious mind. So you need to hit people there without them knowing, which is the same way that you guys just watched our video, but you weren't thinking in that first scene like, oh, that was a patterupt. But now you're going to be able to think that all the videos you watch from here on out, you're going to be able to see who's applied these steps and in what ways. So the other thing is that people love to share. When you can create a very effective patterupt and you laugh, think about it, man. We don't eat dinner on our own. We don't go out and drink on our own. You don't golf on your own. We do very few things on our own. Even when they send you to jail, man, the worst punishment in the world is solitary confinement. You're just in jail with you have a fucking roommate in jail. So you're lying there with, other people and other friends. You want to be able to share stuff with people. When you find something cool, it's just our natural human instinct to want to share it. So patterupts are a great way to make people want to share things. They say, check this out. And then they get to be the one that put up their hand and say, look what I found. I was the one that discovered this content. And then when we're talking about it later today, it's like, Keith, man, thanks so much for sharing it. And you get to go around and be like, Chris, did you see what I shared with you? And you're the guy that kind of gets to take credit for that. And then I can share it with my friends, and it's just a ripple effect.
And it's a subconscious thing that we were talking about, the six principles of, or the six principles of why things catch on. Jonah Berger's book, Contagious. Jonah Berger has a great book called Contagious, Why Things Catch On. And he's got 6 principles. I've talked about them before in some of my videos and stuff and trainings. And one of them is because they just want to be the one that shared. They want to be the first one, right? The one that is sharing practical value or sharing something cool that maybe nobody else knows about. And it's just a subconscious thing. There's other principles like emotion and funny and humor and stuff like that. But cool.
Awesome, man.
All right, number 2.
Next one. So relataclut. Touched on this when we were talking through it. The whole thing is like when you meet someone on common ground, pretend you're at a networking event, or you play sports, or you're at a cooking class, or you're at the gym, and you meet someone and you start talking, in your subconscious mind, you realize that you're meeting this person on common ground. It's way different than just like walking the streets. You have no idea what this person's interest is when you bump into them. But because you have this common ground, you just feel more comfortable being able to start a conversation with this person. So when you can have your videos relate to your audience, depending on what you're selling in a certain way, think of the stereotypes of the things that people go through. Think of the problems that they have, and implement. Can we get that screen back up here?
Yep.
And implement some sort of a cult mentality. It's cool. The definition of cult here is an excessive admiration for a person or a thing. So give them this common ground that's going to breed loyalty and in the end perpetuate steep lifetime values. Your customers won't even, again, this is all unconscious stuff that they're going, wow, like I see what this product is offering. Yes, I have those same problems. Man, I want to be a part of this. And there are ways to do that, again, in any industry. It doesn't just need to be a beard thing. Amazing saying that I like is that when you can put yourself on the same level as your audience and not make it like you're above them or you're superior to them, people can relate to you more. Everyone is friends with their friends. You don't like your boss more than your friends because your boss is above you in the hierarchy standards of the business world, but your friends are on the same level as you. So there's nothing better than meeting a person of influence or meeting a business that's influential and that business telling you that you're just as cool as they are. It allows you to relate a lot more organically, and you don't feel this pressure to have to like perform or say, am I using this right? Am I doing these things? Is this business where I'm at? Because they just make you feel like you're on the same common ground. So that's how we came up with the kind of relataclut step. And we implemented that in our video multiple times. I think the scene.
Show it. You want to go back?
Gentlemen, I'm Chris, founder of $beardclub.com. What is the Dollar Beard Club? So this first scene was
sure as hell won't be receiving any fucking razors from us to demolish your man.
A combination of a patterupt.
I eat shaving cream for breakfast.
Right there, cut. So we had solid patterupt going on all over that.
Yep.
We're going to get to the point later in the slides, but Villatation, which is when you villainize your competition. What do? Well, we sure as hell don't send you razors for $1 a month. And we just chirped out there to try and like make ourselves different. And we do something completely opposite.
Let's show this one too.
Yeah, this is a great one. So here's a patterupt that we did right in the beginning of our Canada video when we were launching up there. So watch this scene and then I'll talk to it.
Bearded brothers, I'm Chris, founder of $beardclub.com. We heard that our Canadian neighbors have been jonesing for some beard gear. Well, the club has arrived, and we're going to put clowns like Buddy over here in their place. The only blades this country uses are the ones you lace up.
So that scene, right? Just pure Excitcate, right? We heard that our Canadian neighbors are jonesing for some beard gear. Their excitement goes up. Wow, you guys coming here? Wow, not only are we coming here, but we're going to dummy the guys that, use the razor blades type of thing. So patterupt all over the first scenes of this video. And these videos, man, yeah, a couple million views on YouTube, but these both had upwards of 15 million views each on Facebook. And it was just crazy. And again, no paid media on this. This was just a post, use some influencers, use our own base, and it starts to go crazy. So let's walk through the second scene.
Instead, for only $1 a month, you'll receive the most legendary beard oil known to mankind.
Okay, so think about how over the top that is, right? Like all those description words. You'll receive the most legendary beard oil known to mankind. Those are big words, and it's funny, right? It's like, wow, what's this guy talking about? So that's the whole example of humanication, where you're providing humor while you're educating them about what they're going to get, but it's a little bit over the top and excessive. Then we roll right into relataclut, where we're going through and we're saying, we know that you're busy. You're probably doing stuff like a bearded man riding a motorcycle or swimming in a box full of women. Who's ever swam in a box full of women? It doesn't even make sense. But you just do something that's over the top to allow them to relate to you, and it's like, oh, these guys are being kind of goofy. They're being kind of funny. I want this mentality. I want these things. Just like in our other video, we have a lion in there, and you don't, again, very few people have actually hung out with a lion in their life, but you sell them a dream without saying that you're selling it to them, just to show them the cool perks about what come with being in the lifestyle of your business. And again, when we go through Q&A, shoot us what your business is, and we'll give you some live examples of how to apply this.
Finding the time to go out and buy your monthly beard supplies is just too tough. I get it. You have a beard. Probably busy doing stuff like riding your motorcycle.
So that's one of the things, right? Bearded guys ride motorcycles.
Swimming in a box full of women.
The box full of women. And then when we go off screen, right, this is just another patterupt built right into it. It comes back to me. I have no shirt on. Why the hell do I have no shirt on? Didn't really make sense. We literally thought about it on the spot. It was just funny as all hell. So when we actually did that, and again, we're talking about reverse engineering this after, because we were just doing this stuff in our subconscious mind without realizing that we were doing it. But being able to apply terms to this video and actually show it back, it makes it, it gives you the ability to duplicate it. So fired off the shirt, come back, box full of women, and it's just, again, it's another patterupt, like, wow, I'm glad I kept watching to this point because this is funny. Or maybe it pisses people off, but either way, even when you can do that, they want to keep watching.
If you're watching this right now and you think about, like, let's say you're trying to run Facebook ads and you're trying to improve your campaigns, even if you don't get all 6 of these, okay, this is like the blueprint to a viral video. If you can improve 1 or 2 of these, even,
yep,
it will be game changing for your business, your campaigns, everything. So there's
Outcasquo. This is the next step on our series. This talks about how the masses all live by the status quo. They follow someone's lead. They follow someone else's lead, and they also often live through someone else's dream. So if they're going to live your dream, you need to give them a reason to be a part of it. You need to be an outlier. Everyone likes somebody that breaks the mold. There are always people constantly innovating, and you just need to represent that in your brand. Everyone has kind of their vices, their friends, the products they use, all these things that are already stapled into your mind. You don't think about when you wake up and brush your teeth, or you go to the store and buy your favorite product, or you go to your favorite restaurant to eat dinner. These are just things buried in your unconscious. So you need to give them a reason to try something new. You need to break the status quo. You need to be an outcast. And you can do this in a lot of different creative. So you can create a fear within your audience that if they stick to the status quo and not trying something new, then they might be left behind on a new ship that's about to set sail. You just need to give them a reason to come in and try. And then that's where the whole thing of videos is, to get them into your business, get them making their first purchase. And then that's a whole different topic of how to keep them around, customer retention, all that sort of thing. But if you see our third scene here, watch this.
But if you cherish your beard and you want to keep it healthy, feeling smooth, and smelling like the beard of Zeus, then you're going to need some oil in that hedge.
So that seems super simple and super short. You're instilling this fear in them, right? But if you cherish your beard, so what if these guys don't, and all of a sudden guys are going, man, I cherish my beard, but I don't use beard oil. You want to keep it looking like Zeus. So Zeus is this new outlier, right? He's this fictional character that's breaking the status quo through me verbalizing it as the leader and the face in the video. And you're giving people this reason now to say, okay, maybe I do need oil. I want my beard to look like Zeus. I want it to be the best possible. And if you're doing a health product, right? If you don't want to be suffering from this, and this, then you need to use this to be able to get back to the way that you should be, with lots of energy and lots of different things. So there are ways, and it's just quick, right? That was an 8-second scene, and it just went through it super quickly. Let's jump back to the slides here for a second and get into Humanacate. This is by far my favorite one. So when you can simultaneously give humor to make somebody laugh to your audience, and you educate them at the same time, this is where you can really remove all the pushy sales tactics while still providing insight as to what you're offering. I said it before, everyone wants to buy, but nobody wants to be sold. So when you can create a positive experience in your mind with your audience by making them laugh, they will start to laugh. In the point where, wow, even if they're not, laughing, they're smiling, they're enjoying what they're seeing, that the education that you're giving them often just slips into their unconscious mind. I always say that we have this emotional safe on us. And just like if you're going into a bank safe or opening up your locker at school, you'd have 3 different codes. And then once it's open, you can put stuff in and you can take stuff out. But when it's not open and somebody's closed off, just think about when you're in your conversation, whether you're talking to a guy or a girl or a business employee, you can tell when someone's not engaged. So Humanication can unlock their emotional safe, and it just makes them open and ready to absorb. That's when you slip in the education. So the education comes in, and then all of a sudden they're open to it. They're ready to absorb the things that you're giving. And they pair this positive experience in their mind with your business. So if they laugh and watch this video, they might not even necessarily want or buy the product on the spot at the time. But when they're going to bed that night and they're thinking about their day, their mind's running through and going, oh man, I really enjoyed something that I watched. And again, these are processes that take place without you even knowing. We know how complicated the human mind is. This acts, or I should say, when you humanicate your audience, it's very important that the humor comes first. You don't want to educate them and then make them laugh. You want to make them laugh so that they're open, they're vulnerable, and then you educate them. Because if you just educate them, they might miss the words that you're actually giving them. And same thing, we'll talk about
it's all about getting their guard down, basically.
Exactly. Correct. You got to get their guard down. You got to open up. Everyone loves opening up with great lines. So when you're actually able to do that, then boom, they're there, they're open, they're ready. Hit them with the education.
Can you do this without what would be another way to do Humanacate without humor?
Yeah, definitely. I have a point at the end of there. You can inspire people. You can motivate people. You can make people sad. You can have a really cool cause about, there are a lot of really moving videos that almost bring a tear to your eye about kids in third world countries. And you see great companies like Tom's doing this where they give back. They don't do great videos, but they could, because you see stuff that you relate to, right? So if you see something that's super motivating and super inspiring, then it catches your attention, it opens up your emotional safe, and then you can drop in what you're actually trying to lay on them. And again, this can be done through animations, this can be done through you being the actor, this can be done through hiring an actor in the form of your video.
Sweet. Love it.
So Villatation, I talked a bit about this. Differentiate yourself and your offering from the masses and from the other competitions out there. You have to do this in a creative way. There are only so many original thoughts available to the human mind, many of which have already been exhausted. One of my favorite quotes is good artists copy and great artists steal. Right. So when you can come up with something that's already been done, put your own spin on it, and then give people a reason to jump on, just look at all the different things that have been innovated at our time. Innovation is constantly happening. Inventions aren't so common anymore. It's like to really come up with something you've never seen is a very rare thing in 2016. So you need to find something about your competition that's already being offered and make it seem obsolete or make it seem inferior. Give them a reason as to why what you're offering is much better. And again, you can poke direct shots, you can poke indirect shots, or you can really hammer home and be direct with it and say, this is why they suck and this is why we're better. And again, this is very industry specific, but this can be applied to anything.
Yep. It completely depends on your specific situation here. So there's a lot of ways to do this. I know a lot of people that do this in a really, really good way. They're subtle, they're general about it. And then some people are more like direct, like you said. It's completely depends on your specific, how you want to come across with your voice and how your industry is, period.
Correct.
So,
yep. So next one, touched on this a bit ago, Excitcate. So this is different than Humanacate in a way that you're just exciting your customer and then educating them. You have to display the flashy perks of what they can expect to enjoy by being a part of your brand. In our video, scene 4 is kind of when we did a solid form of excitication. So let's go into scene 4. So scene 4 is coming up here, and you can see that it's funny, right? We're walking across the video. We have bearded dudes in the background packing boxes, and we're explaining business at the same time. This isn't just somebody boring talking to the screen, talking about the perks.
Every month, straight to your door, you'll receive a fine selection of beard oils, waxes, balms, shampoos, and everything else you'd ever need to keep your beard looking godly. Good job, boys.
So we made it look super simple, kind of with how we rolled through that in the video with all the different things they're going to get by being a part of Dollar Beard Club, right? Like, look how easy the box was to pack as they're watching it. One bearded guy puts the stuff in, next guy puts the tape, next guy scans it. You don't have to do anything. All of a sudden, you can take care of your beard every month with your stuff coming straight to your door, and you don't have to do anything. So that's the exciting factor. And then the education is for only $1 a month. You get this, you get beard oil, beard brushes, comb, shampoo, and oils, and all the different things that we're actually going to offer. And again, this happened in such a quick scene. So these are all things that the first time you watch this video, as I'm pointing this out now, it's kind of hard when I'm talking super fast and we're bouncing back and forth between slides. But after you're able to download this, it's really fun to go on YouTube and see where you can apply these terms to different people's videos and how you can start to write your own script. Because when you're writing your own script using these, it just comes together beautifully. You can write these puzzle pieces in different areas and then plug them all in. Yep. So that's a great example of Excitcating. And now let's get to the last one. So Nowboarding, which I talked about before. You have your audience. They've watched it to the end. And actually, I was saying, Keith, we had on the podcast we did that we have something like a 98% watch through rate of the people that get past the first 7 seconds of the video. So some people just watch something. You don't even get a chance to instill your hook and they drop off. But people who watch the first 7 seconds of our video, 98% of them finish the entire thing. So you've had them on the hook, right? You just went fishing.
So repeat that one more time. That was huge.
98% of the people on YouTube that watch the first 7 seconds of our video watch the entire thing.
If they make it at least 7 seconds, 98% watch all the way
watch
through.
The whole thing. So that's why the first part of this formula being the patterupt and the last part being Nowboarding are hands down the two most important spots, with the fillers being in between. So now you have a chance to implement a call to action. Nowhere in that video, we were telling them the perks about it. There's a very big difference with saying, every month straight to your door for only $1, you're going to get this. And if you give us $1, we're going to give you great beard items in like a not funny way. We weren't forcing them to buy by any means. We were simply educating them in a humorous way, in an exciting way, villainizing the competition and letting them know that we're an outcast to society. If you look, there were 100 other beard companies that existed in the market before we did. And we instantly became #1 on the beard totem pole, #1 beard company in the world right now, all because of these style of videos and how we implemented it. So we got to the end of the video. People have watched. You have their attention. You went fishing. You caught the fish. He's biting. And now you want to be able to bring him into the boat. So when you do this, you need to be creative on how you give them your call to action. Right here. Yeah, so we'll watch this scene, then you know what? Let's talk about the Nowboarding quick first, and we'll go through it. So you just poured your heart and soul into a video that has run 95% of the race. Your audience has clearly enjoyed it at this point because they're still tuned in, even though it's about to end. So everyone talks about closers, right? Closing pitcher comes in to save a baseball game. You bring in the CEO of the company to go close your big investment on the very last meeting. This is where you really need to hit home with your audience because they are primed, right? Their emotional safe has been opened. Their emotional wallets have been taken out. They're going, okay, sell me now, sell me. You know, everyone wants to buy, but no one wants to be sold. So now they're anxious to like see the offering and when they can join. And again, this can be done in a very, very subtle way. When you watch this last scene and how quick it rolls with how minimal the call to action is, we don't force them to actually do it. We tell them, we insert a little perk about be a man and join dollarbeardclub.com. You know, this can be make the leap and check out thisproduct.com. When you give that to them in a non-pushy way, you give them a value proposition that summarizes everything you've talked in the video within a couple sentences, and you just need a very compelling visual aid that makes it cool. So again, we kind of introduced a patterupt. Patterumps you just want all over your video. But let's watch this last scene quick.
Just keep on growing your beard, and we'll take care of the rest. Be a man and sign up at dollarbeardclub.com.
So right there, right?
Be a man. That's like
be a man. Just keep on growing your beard and we'll take care of the rest. Keep doing everything you're doing in your lifestyle. We just showed you how cool the lifestyle is going through the video. Now you can keep doing what you're doing. Be a man. Men order beard oil. Men just take care of we'll take care of your beard. You be the man. And what do you have to do? Join dollarbeardclub.com. And it was the call to action to join, right? Like you can create a brand around anything. You need to think about what a cult Apple is, man. They go on there and they're just like, dude, it's nuts. If you think about, look at all this Apple shit lying around. Like all we have is Apple stuff, our iPhones and our computers, all these different things, because you feel like you're belonging to Apple, right? People are so happy to call themselves the belongers to this crew. Yep. So we didn't say, jump on dollarbeardclub.com and make your first purchase today.
It wasn't about how awesome your beard's going to be. I mean, it sort of was, but it really was more about being a man.
Correct. It was more about being
part
a
of the
man.
community. Yeah.
And that's a subconscious thing, being a part of a community. So again, if only we had some splits tests going on in our funnels and some different copy, God knows how many more we would have converted. But we were converting at something like 8% of the customers that came to our site made a purchase of $20 or more, even though we were just selling for $1. So that's another big thing, right? Like being able to lead with something that seems super cheap. Don't throw people off the hook by saying our product's $20 or $30 or $40. These are all different things that people talk about in the industry, like lead magnets and tripwires and free offers. And all those things are good, especially when paired with the proper video.
Right.
So then we kicked off the very last scene of the video here with another patterupt, and it was just absolute mayhem. That there's like
here it's not showing
okay,
it
cool, yeah, roll that.
Keeps stopping for some reason. Don't ask me why, but it's all good. Come on, sucker. All right, here we go.
Hot chick, kid with a beard, my 86-year-old buddy that we call the judge with a beard, and us all dressed up in the back of a limo. So it's just nonsense. People are like, what the hell did I just see? What was the last thing I was just told to do? And the overall shock factor of the whole video is just, it's really out there. So again, instead of asking yourself the question and taking the pessimistic mindset of, I can't do this for my business, this will never work, ask, how can I do this for my business? How can this work? These are the questions you need to ask yourself. There's viral ads going all over the internet right now about Thug Kitchen. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but search Thug Kitchen, THUG, and they sell cookbooks, and they just use profanity, and they use old people and young people and how to do these really funny ads. But imagine Rachel Ray was on the other side of the camera. She'd go, I can't make my audience laugh. This is food. Like, it's fun and everything, but I can't make humorous. You can make anything humorous. You just need to open up your mind. You need to read this blueprint that we have, and you need to hear it from the minds of other people that have done this.
Dude, it's been awesome, dude.
Buddy,
thanks a lot.
Absolutely beautiful. And once you grow out your beard, Keith, we shake hands on the forearms. That's a Viking shake right there. The forearm shake. So grow out your beard. And if you can't grow a beard, grow your pit beard, grow your chest beard, grow your bald beard.